Good evening. Yesterday is the past, tomorrow is the future, but today is a gift. That's why it is called the present. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I'm Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Pope Francis first pontiff to visit Kingdom. Bahrain Declaration is important document for respect of human rights and dialogue. Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Bahrain published its public consultation on Bahrain Networks wholesale broadband. Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority launched Tourism app. Saudi Arabia to resume recruitment for Philippines on November 7. Foreigners from Uzbekistan, China, Iran and Norway among 151 killed in Seoul Halloween stampede. News in detail. Pope Francis first pontiff to visit Kingdom. Bahrain Declaration is important document for respect of human rights and dialogue. The visit of His Holiness Pope Francis to Bahrain in November represents a precious step along the path of fraternity and interreligious dialogue, the director of the Holy See Press Office has said. At a press conference at the Holy See Press Office ahead of the historic trip to the Kingdom on November 3rd to 6th, at the invitation of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, Matteo Bruni offered reporters an overview of the papal visit. Pope Francis will be the first Pope to visit Bahrain, the director of the Holy See Press Office said. He will attend closing ceremony of the first ever Bahrain Forum for Dialogue, East and West for Human Coexistence, which will see around 200 interfaith leaders gather to promote fraternity. As the shepherd of the Universal Church, Pope Francis will meet with the Catholic community, Bruni said. He noted Bahrain's interest in serving humanity and stressed that an international conference on dialogue among civilizations and cultures was held in Manama in 2014, during which the Declaration of the Kingdom of Bahrain was adopted. The declaration is an important document that reaffirms respect for human rights and calls for strengthening dialogue, serving peace and promoting pluralism. The visit to Bahrain will be Pope Francis' 39th apostolic journey abroad, and it will bring him to his 58th country visited as Pope. Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Bahrain published its public consultation on Bahrain Networks wholesale broadband to ensure everyone has access to broadband services at affordable prices and that the Kingdom continues to have world-class fiber infrastructure. The Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Bahrain published a public consultation on Bahrain Networks wholesale broadband service. The telecommunications operators used to supply broadband services to both residential and business customers. In accordance with its 2022-2023 work plan, the authority prioritized the review of the wholesale broadband tariffs so that everyone in the Kingdom benefits from the better service offerings as soon as possible. Based on the authority's assessment, the tariffs proposed by Bahrain Network, the national fiber network provider, represent reductions in wholesale prices that the authority expects retail operators to pass on to end users. In addition, the authority welcomes Bahrain's network proposal to increase broadband speeds, enabling everyone to have a good online experience and supporting Bahrain digital development and global competitiveness. The authority now invites stakeholders to comment on its views on wholesale broadband service tariffs. Following the consultation, the authority will consider all submissions received before reaching its decision on the final wholesale broadband service tariffs. Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority launched Tourism app. The Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority has announced the launch of its revamped Tourism app, which is aimed at helping tourists, citizens and residents plan their tours and activities in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority named the new guide Bahrain and launched it under the slogan, Your Ultimate Guide to Explore Bahrain. It can be downloaded easily from the Google Play or the App Store. This launch is part of Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority's efforts to ensure that Bahrain's events calendar and diverse tourism offerings are available for everyone to enjoy. The app features renowned tourism destinations, displays entertainment on offer, as well as listing restaurants and hotels. In addition to provide up-to-date information on Bahrain's tourism scene, the app includes a directory of restaurants, hotels, and places of interest. The app also has an itinerary feature that helps tourists organize their holiday program around on their interests. Furthermore, the app provides a platform for licensed Bahraini tour guides, as it comes with a feature that allows tourists to contact tour guides and highlight their profiles. Tamkeen announced pitching fundraising training program for Bahraini entrepreneurs, Startup Bahrain Pitch. The Liber Fund announced the launch of a new series of entrepreneurship training programs under the theme Startup Bahrain Pitch that focus on the fundamentals of fundraising and pitching to investors with the aim of empowering Bahraini entrepreneurs to secure the funds required to grow their startups. These programs are the result of a Team Bahrain collaboration that includes public and private sector ecosystem champions such as the Bahrain Economic Development Board, Bahrain Development Bank, Bahrain Entrepreneurship Organizations, and Startup Bahrain alongside key players from the private sector. The programs were designed in collaboration with the partners to support high-potential Bahraini startups that have a strong potential for growth and expansion. Given the importance of fundraising to facilitate growth for startups, the program will begin with a phase that focuses on the topic through 3 courses: Investment Readiness course, What Angel Investors Learn Before They Invest course, and Qualified Angel Investment Certification. The programs will be delivered in 2 iterations that target early stage and growth stage startups. After the training, the shortlisted participants will be hosted in a pitching event where they will pitch their businesses to a panel of investors for the potential to raise capital and to win cash prizes. The program aims to train 80 startups per year and host pitch events for 32 startups to get a chance to raise funding. The training courses will be delivered in collaboration with the World Business Angel Investment Forum. Minister of Tourism discussed cooperation with the Royal Fund for Fallen Servicemen. Minister of Tourism Fatima bin Jafar Al Sayrafi stressed the ministry's keenness to continue boosting partnership with the Royal Fund for Fallen Servicemen by involving the families of the martyrs in the ministry's programs and supporting the fund. During a meeting with the fund's administrative body director, Sheikh Khalid bin Salman bin Khalid Al Khalifa, the Minister of Tourism voiced happiness over activating partnership with the fund and contributing to provide a decent life for the families and children of the fallen servicemen in gratitude for the martyrs' sacrifice. Sheikh Khalid bin Salman bin Khalid Al Khalifa affirmed continuous cooperation with all the supporting parties to the fund to achieve the desired goals. He praised keenness of the Ministry of Tourism to boost partnership with the fund in gratitude for the noble sacrifice of the martyrs for Bahrain. Justice Minister set up polling and counting committees. Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowments Minister, Elections High Supervisory Committee Chairman Nawaf bin Muhammad Al Mawda issued Edict 135 setting up the polling and counting committees to elect members of the Council of Representatives. The polling and counting committees stipulated in this edict, each within its jurisdiction, are responsible for conducting the polling and counting processes in accordance with the provisions stipulated in Decree Law 14 of 2002 regarding the exercise of political rights. The chairman of Elections Supervisory Committee in each electoral district shall announce the result of the election in all the electoral districts of this area, each the number of votes each candidate has obtained. After receiving all the polling and counting committee minutes and electoral papers from the various polling and counting committees, a copy of the election result along with all the electoral records and papers shall be sent to the Elections High Supervisory Committee, as stipulated in Article 18 of the aforementioned Decree Law, to announce the final results and notify the winners. Today's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Now we will be back after a very short break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain, with over a decade of existence in Bahrain. Exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com.
Welcome back. Saudi Arabia to resume recruitment from Philippines on November 7th. The Muzanid portal under the Ministry of Human Resources and Social Development announced that the resumption of recruitment from the Philippines to Saudi Arabia would start from November 7th. Muzanid stated that people could now apply for a domestic worker visa from the Philippines through the beneficiary's account on Muzanid portal if recruitment controls are in place, while confirming that the upper limit for visas will be applied in the event of the resumption of recruitment from the Philippines. Visa fields will also not be refunded if used, Muzanid said, indicating that the beneficiary can view the status of the visa through his personal account in Muzanid. In the event that the beneficiary wishes to issue an alternative visa, it is required that the worker be deported during the trial period allowed by law, which is 90 days from arrival, in addition to the fact that the status of the worker must be in absure. It is a must not exceed the upper limit of legally permitted visas. Saudi Embassy in Philippines warned citizens over Typhoon Peng. Saudi Arabia's embassy in the Philippines has warned Saudi citizens over Typhoon Peng that hit many cities in the south of the country. The typhoon included Luzon Island and the capital of the Philippines, Manila. The embassy called on all citizens in those areas to take precautions. It also called on citizens to follow the instructions issued by the Philippine authorities regarding the typhoon, calling on them to communicate in the event of any emergency. According to the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, about 72 people were killed as a result of floods and landslides caused by torrential rains. The death toll from flooding and rain-induced landslides in the Philippines has climbed to 48, said the country's disaster agency, with 22 others recorded missing after tropical storm Nalgae inundated many parts of the archipelago. So 40 people reported injured, while nearly 170,000 were sheltering in evacuation centers. Government data showed as the storm exited land areas after barreling across the country over the weekend, including the capital Manila, Reuters reported. Most of the casualties recorded in the southern autonomous region of Bangsamoro, where 40 died due to landslides, with 10 missing, the disaster agency said. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Saturday ordered urgent aid distribution in hard-hit areas. Man arrested in attack on U.S. House Speaker's husband faces charges. The man who clubbed U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband in the head with a hammer after forcing his way into the couple's San Francisco home faced charges of attempted murder and other felonies a day later. Police have not offered a motive for Friday's assault on Paul Pelosi, 82, who, according to his wife's office, underwent surgery for a skull fracture and injuries to his hands and right arm. Though doctors expect a full recovery, Reuters reported. President Joe Biden, speaking to reporters in Delaware in Saturday, said the attack appeared to have been intended for Nancy, the 82-year-old House Speaker's herself, a Democrat who is second in the constitutional line of succession to the U.S. presidency, was in Washington at the time of the assault. Foreigners from Uzbekistan, China, Iran and Norway among 151 killed in Seoul Halloween stampede. At least 151 people have been killed and 82 others injured in a deadly stampede in Seoul's Itaewon district as huge crowds of party-goers, many in their late teens and 20s, converged in the entertainment district for late-night Halloween celebrations. The deadliest stampede in South Korea's history happened Saturday night in a narrow downhill alley near Hamilton Hotel in the famous nightlife district after tens of thousands of people visited the area for Halloween. At least 19 foreigners from several countries including Iran, Uzbekistan, China and Norway were among the 151 people who have been killed, Korean news agency reported. The Seoul Metropolitan Government said it has received 355 reports of missing persons related to the stampede. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.